BIGMODE Games has announced the first game they'll be publishing, and it's a real good one. Animal Well is a haunted Metroidvania-ish game that promises to be filled to the brim with secrets. In fact, the game's creator, Billy Basso, has said that some puzzles will go unsolved or even entirely unnoticed for years after the game's launch, and they'll require the community to work together to find a solution. I made a video a few months ago going over some of the game's features and a pretty cool puzzle that Billy hid inside a YouTube video. But now that Animal Well is making its way onto a lot more people's radars, I wanted to fill you in on what you might have missed and share my thoughts on some more general indie game marketing stuff. If you didn't know, BIGMODE Games was created by the beloved videogamedunkey, also known as Jason, and his wife Leah. If you watch gaming content on here, which I'm assuming that you do, then you may have seen his videos pop up from time to time. Long story short, he loves games and wanted to find a way to use his voice and some of his money to support projects that he believes in. He of course had some doubters when he announced his company back in September, but they're probably deleting those tweets right about now. BIGMODE's mission is to support video games being made with substance, quality, creativity, and fun. Their whole mission is just so pure, and you can tell that it's really all about the games for them. BIGMODE is our way to foster and support those who are putting the effort and love into their projects to create the best they can, to give them the spotlight they deserve and see more of what we love in gaming. And this is what keeps the game industry alive: passion. People who care about games as a work of art and as an experience. BIGMODE's criteria for submitting a game is very open-ended. Basically, is the game good? Then send it on in, unless it involves crypto or NFTs. In return, the company will help developers wherever they need it at any stage in production. I cannot stress enough how much I love this approach. So thank you Jason, Leah, and anyone else involved in BIGMODE for giving me some hope that games will be safe in your hands. If this is your first time hearing about Animal well, you're in luck. And you're lucky because this is a pretty special project. From the art direction alone, Animal Well is different from anything I've seen before. It's basically a Metroidvania at its core, if we're using labels, where you collect items to manipulate your environment, interact with strange creatures, and of course discover secrets. But the most important thing to know is that observation is rewarded because there's a lot more than what you see. Small details may turn out to be big clues. Items have multiple uses that you'll uncover only through experimentation. Animal Well is non-linear, so every player will have a different experience and you won't be limited to one set path. The game has already built up a very strong community over on Discord, and it's full of keen-eyed puzzle solvers. One of them even predicted that Billy would be teaming up with BIGMODE to release this game because they noticed he joined the publisher's own server and liked a tweet or two. In fact, they're so observant that Dan Adelman, who takes care of the business and marketing side of the game, put up a blog post in December to temper people's expectations surrounding all the hidden puzzles. You see, Animal Well is a video game, but it's also an ARG, or alternate reality game, which is basically when a puzzle stretches across multiple platforms and into the real world. Billy has hidden puzzles and clues in videos and on the game's website to go along with the mysterious and oftentimes cryptic nature of the game itself. As Dan said, whenever we put out any new blog posts, the community discovered and solved the puzzles far faster than either of us expected. But then they started to notice that a few dedicated people were imagining clues where none existed. They checked out work that Billy had done years before Animal Well in the hopes he may have buried a clue back then. So in order to respect the community's time and sanity, they came up with 2 guidelines that all future ARGs will follow. 1. All new ARGs will have a direct connection to the official Animal Well social media channels or websites, official videos, blog posts, and the game itself. 2. If we jump in the Discord to let you know there's no ARG somewhere, you can believe us. If you're at all into puzzle solving, clue finding, code cracking, or general snooping, the Animal Well Discord is a great place to meet other like-minded people and collaborate on some pretty cool puzzles. The game doesn't have a release date just yet, but they're still aiming for 2023. I think BIGMODE is going to be a game changer. Dunkey's videos are so popular that smaller games he talks about, like Celeste back in the day, immediately get a boost. So turning this influence and passion into an actual company that can get more involved in the creation process is going to be a huge win for everybody involved, from creatives and developers to you, the gaming community.